We are back, baby. Season 3 of the Nick and Beane Pod is officially here. Nick, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fucking good, man. Today I woke up. I was pumped. I was excited. I was like, today's pod day, baby.
Pod day, man. I can't believe we're here. We are a month and change out from the NFL season. So I got some exciting news for you.
What you got?
Really exciting. New sponsor.
Oh, yeah?
New sponsor.
Oh,
of course, Diet Smoke we are loyal to.
Shout
Best
out to
Delta
Diet
8,
Smoke.
best Delta 9, best pens, best gummies, everything. Best in the game.
My
But
mic is sitting on a Diet Smoke box.
you are. Now look what I have here. I'm pulling it up. It is a Kiri towel. These are gym towels, top of the line, microfiber suede, and they have a magnet. I mean, these things are incredible. Now, I will say, father of 2 now, did have another child. The gym has not been my place lately. I need to get back there. But you just told me you just left the gym and you're using these things.
Yeah, I've been using it. So I found out that it had a magnet on it. And since I found out, I've been using it. So you just place it like on the bench or on the squat rack and it'll just hang there for you, waiting for you to just wipe yourself off. It's not getting dirty on the floor.
And it's quality.
And it's quality material, and the magnet kind of keeps it away off the metal of the machine as well.
I love it. So that's Kiri, Kirei, supply.com. Of course, code Nick and Bean.
Machine washable, folks.
Machine washable. Code Nick and Bean. E on the end of Bean. 20% off. Not just your first purchase. Every purchase you make, 20% off. Go buy a Kiri towel. Also buy Diet Smoke, of course. Free ad. Free ad, Diet Smoke. Remember us.
Yeah. Catch us on the back end. But yeah, actually there's 3% chance it's not machine washable. Check their website. They have a list of care. But I think it's machine washable, I'm pretty sure.
Don't quote Nick on the machine washable.
I put it in my machine, so and we still working with it.
All right. Well, NFL season's upon us. It's been a long, dark, sad winter without the NFL. We're still quite a bit away, but we had to get on here for a pod to check in with our fans, see what we've both been up to, see what we've been betting, and do a preview. So what we're gonna do in this episode, we're gonna just check in here, and then we're gonna give a few things, some storylines we're excited about, some win total bets we have, some Super Bowl bets, and some fantasy players we're looking into. So I'm pumped. Let's get into it here. All right. So have you been betting a lot? You just told me you kind of took a refresher after last season.
I haven't bet at all. I just been in the chamber. The what do they call it when I think it was in Dragon Ball Z when they're in that chamber. It's not cryogenic. The hyperbolic, something like that.
Well, after last season, let's be real.
You always do this.
It wasn't your season.
Oh my god, it was my season.
Let's say this. Let's be real with our fans because we are very transparent people.
I am real.
You are real, but let's be real, okay? You entertained the people last year. I mean, you were number 1 on the charts for entertainment. I'll give you that.
All right.
Your picks, not good.
I had a winning season. I had a winning season. We always have to do this.
Here we go.
We always have to do it.
I've got the records pulled up, actually.
Okay.
Not actually, but you had a losing season.
I did not have a losing season, bro.
You did.
We could check the tape, folks, and check the Instagram.
We'll check the tape, and Nick will hang on to some Jalen Waddle bet he gave out week 3 that was plus 210
or some shit like that.
And he'll tell you that won his season.
Swing
for him.
it.
So, all right. So you haven't been betting.
No.
But
I logged in. I logged the account to see we're reloading. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the old offshore. I was like, "Oh, Daddy's got a little money."
You got some funds in there.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, myself, it's been a heartbreaking golf season for me. I've had so many close calls. Tennis actually did pretty well.
I think, right?
I've had I'll tell you what I've hit. So I had a pretty good tennis season. I hit Joker in the French Open. Did lose Joker in this. Alcaraz did beat him.
But that was great for tennis.
Incredible
match.
Great
for tennis and a great match. One of the best of the year.
For sure. But yeah, heartbreak in the golf world. I've had so many guys finish one off and big paydays that I've missed. I had a Spieth one.
You didn't have Richard?
No, I didn't have Fowler winning that. The only one I've hit, funny enough, this is how deep in the hole I've been working for us this offseason, Nick. Bernard Langer to win the Senior U.S. Open, 17-1. Yeah. I hit that $100 on that.
So basically, you're telling me you've been wilding out.
I've been in the lab. I mean, I've been working. I'm preparing for this pod. I was a winning gambler last year.
I wasn't. All right,
you were not.
I was.
This
Folks,
is
don't let
him
him bullshit you.
All right. Now, besides betting, let's put betting to the side.
Yeah.
Life. How's life? I alluded to it on the pod, but I had a second kid, 3.5 months old, almost 4 months maybe. I have no life. All I do is gamble, work, and take care of the kids. Your life, from what I've been seeing on Instagram, from what I've been hearing, it's been a little bit more fun than I've had over here.
But I mean, new life is a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's everyone's got to.
Father of two, please. If I give you any bad bets this year, remember I have 2 kids at home here.
Have some mercy on him. But yeah, so I've been traveling a lot. I went to actually Rolling Loud in Thailand, so that was awesome. Shout out to Ronald and shout out to Aiko for hooking me up, setting me up. Met some dudes over there and had
Pause.
Pause. No, but had a great time. Went to Bangkok, went to Pattaya. I've been to the DR a few times this year.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Nick's second home now.
And then shout out to Argentina, Dimelo.
Oh yeah, Argentina. First, you know what? Good.
How are you gonna forget the people, brother?
All right, we're coming off a World Cup. We basically carried the country to a World Cup. Brody, get back in your bed. We have a third guest for the pod. My dog Brody is here.
The producer.
But Argentina, great year. We're so excited to be back with you guys. We're so excited. We love you, Argentina. Keep going. Where else did you go?
So, no, that's it. But we got Messi. We're going to treat him well. You know Messi's going to love Miami. Actually, you know what he did?
Here.
He heard the pod was here, and he's like, I need to be closer to the pod, the number one pod in Argentina.
Lionel, come to Miami.
You know we're going to cover.
He's at Publix.
We're
You
gonna
saw him.
cover.
He got the chicken tender.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Doing his thing.
My man.
So, all right. So you've been around the world. I've been locked in my home.
You know the biggest thing?
Tell me.
What is it? Is it no income tax here?
Yes.
Messi loves that.
No state income tax, something like that.
Yeah, you know.
So they won't take 20% of the $500 million a year he's going to make.
Messi, big tax fraud guy.
All right, that was the off-season check-in. We're rambling here. So this is what we're going to do now. I gave you an assignment. We know you never follow instructions.
Yeah.
But I wanted to hear a team, a player, and a storyline that you're excited about for the year.
We got something like that.
You got something like that? All right, close enough.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see if Tua can stay healthy because last season he had an all-star year. He was top 3 in QBR.
He was top 1 in QBR.
Was he top 1 in QBR?
He's basically the best quarterback ever.
Okay, so yeah, he was amazing. His yardage wasn't that. He didn't throw that for that many yards. I think it was 3,000 and something.
His brain was mushed for half the season.
Was mush. But I'm really excited to see what he can do. Tyreek Hill was one of the. I think he's top 3 receiver in the league, clearly. And
Definitely.
then Jalen Waddle's top 10. So like we had, I think, in my
Close,
opinion,
yeah, for sure.
in production wise. So we had 2 top 10 receivers. Maybe they're not as good as T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, the combination, but you never know. It's arguable. Is Tua as good as Joe Burrow? No, he's not. But hey,
Maybe.
But you know what I'm saying? He has the upside, though. I'm excited. The AFC East has been shaken up, and I want to see what he can do when
If
the
he can
division's
stay
tough.
healthy, no one knows our ceiling. But it's a huge if. I mean, he says he's taking jiu-jitsu. I don't have to go over all the storylines.
It'll teach him how to fall.
How
good.
to fall. We all have heard the
Get that
storylines.
neck strong. Pause.
He got his arm tatted. Maybe that'll help.
That nigga. Nice.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm praying of course, we're praying he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, the sky is the limit. But
The variance is high.
It's probably a 50-50 shot.
The variance is
Maybe
high
less
with
than
that
50-50.
team.
Well, give me a percentage that he stays healthy the whole year. No concussions.
It's less than 50-50.
Okay.
He has less than a 50% chance of staying healthy for 17 games. Less than 50% chance.
Got it. Okay.
You're saying miss like 0 weeks.
Just no bad concussions. Yeah.
So
Because if he gets one concussion, he's probably.
It's going to be several weeks.
I mean, they're gonna riot if he plays.
Right. So I think there's a less than 50% chance that he plays 17 weeks, but I think there's probably greater than 50. Maybe it's 50. Fucking you throw him out there 17 times.
I know. It's scary every time he drops back. It's either a touchdown or he might get his head fucking bashed in. Let's pray
nice,
for him.
though.
We'll pray for Tua.
Shout out to Tua. So what you have for a team that interests
So
you?
for me, I'm looking at the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm looking at the new offensive coordinator, I think Todd Monken, something like that. That's his name.
Never heard of him.
Lamar's never had real receivers. Hollywood Brown is a speedster. He's decent, but he's never had real receivers.
Right.
Bateman's back healthy.
Right.
They brought in Odell Beckham, who should be healthy,
Right.
and they drafted Zay Flowers. Throw them with Mark Andrews, top 2 tight end, top 3 tight end, and a running game, and a new offensive coordinator who will actually throw the ball and not just sit on it all game, and we could be seeing 2020 MVP Lamar.
What is offensive court? Do you know anything about him? Like,
He
is
was
his
at
offense
Georgia.
exciting? Is his offense exciting?
Yes, he's going to throw the ball, and
Okay.
they're gonna spread it out and play a lot different style than
Than
we've
we've
seen
seen?
the last few years.
Who knows? That
Another guy
it could be great.
Another guy who's got to stay healthy, but we could say that about every quarterback.
Yeah, Lamar. I'm not worried about his health, to be honest. But I'm excited. He could have an MVP season any fucking
For sure,
season.
for sure. So that's what I'm excited for. And you got to remember also they got Roquan Smith, a couple other signings on the defense. You'll see when I got a couple Super Bowl picks later. Preview, they may be in it.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
Ravens for me, Tua and the Dolphins for you. Give me a player you're excited about, Nick.
Okay.
I love talking football. This is the best. We're back.
Honestly, I'm excited about Brees Hall. He looked really good last year. He didn't play very many games. Blew his chet out.
He looked like a top 5 running back when
Yeah.
he played. I was sad I didn't have him on any fantasy team.
I had him on one.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I'm excited to see him play, even though I hate his team, the Jets, because he's got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers brought in his weapon from Green Bay, and then he's also got the kid Garrett Wilson. So I'm excited to see what they can put together there. I'm not so sure how solid their offensive line is in New York. I know their defense.
I think they're getting Vera Tucker back. I think they're pretty decent on the O-line, to be honest.
because that would be the only thing that would prevent them
Their
from
defense
doing
is nice.
right. That would be the only thing that I could see preventing them from doing some big things. Unfortunately, in the AFC East.
Got it. All right, well, I'll give you mine. He might be tiny. He might not weigh that much, but I love this kid. The number 1 pick in the draft, Bryce Young, going to Carolina. Something about him. I know that he could easily, like Tua, smaller guy, not big, but the way he sees the field, the way he avoids hits, watching him at Alabama, I don't know if you remember, I think it was not even last year, it was the year before against Georgia when Georgia had that number 1 defense. Carved him up in the SEC title game. I just love the kid. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think there's underrated weapons there in Carolina. All right,
They definitely are.
right? They brought in Miles Sanders, and the running backs are taking a hit right now. Feel bad for all the running backs getting screwed out there, but the data's against them. But they brought in Miles Sanders. They brought in Adam Thielen. A nice veteran presence. I know he's not what he was 3-4 years ago, but he's still a nice veteran presence. They drafted Jonathan Mingo. They've got Terrace Marshall. I'm forgetting someone else.
They got DJ Chark.
They got DJ Chark. I mean, these are guys.
Yeah, I was looking at them because their division sucks. So I was like, when I'm looking for bets of like who can kind of sneak in the playoffs and whatnot.
Plus 340 in the division.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I
like it. I like it.
I think the Saints are like kind of by far the best team in that thing, but none of
Yeah, but they have Derek Carr.
Right, exactly.
I mean, he could be terrible.
He could be.
But yeah, I really like Bryce Young. I'm interested to see what he does. I
think he moves better than Tua. He's smaller than
He
Tua.
definitely
but I
moves
think he
better in
moves
the
better than
pocket.
Tua, so maybe
Yeah,
he can
yeah,
get
yeah.
away from
He always was
from
avoiding the
dying.
big hits in
You know what I'm
college,
saying?
so I agree. I think he's cheeky in the pocket, I would say. What was I just gonna say? I
Weapons.
forgot. Weapons.
Bryce
blah,
Young.
blah, blah. Bryce
Maybe you were
Young.
closing it. I'm
All
not
right,
sure.
we're good. Bryce Young's my guy. Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
I have one. I'm not a big dynasty fantasy football guy. I have one dynasty league. It's a super flex league, so 2 quarterbacks. All right. I traded.
Okay, I was gonna say, how'd you end up getting him? You have that first pick, right?
I didn't have a first round pick. I had traded away. I traded Stephon Diggs straight up for him. 30
What's a
years old.
dynasty league?
30 years old. I had no quarterback. My only other quarterback is I had last year. I was starting Tua and Tannehill. So
Oof.
it's tough. And Tua, he's knocked out every other week. I got a few guys on the bench, but I traded for Bryce Young. I believe in him. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but I think if he does, he's a genius mind, great arm. Bryce Young's my guy. Nick, give me, what are we on, storyline now?
Yeah.
Storyline. Give me your storyline. What are you looking forward to?
Storyline to watch. I'm excited to see Justin Fields continue to develop.
I like that.
I think that what did they win 3 games last year?
They started 2-1 and they finished 3-14. So yes.
Yeah. So I think the upside on that team is super duper high. I don't think they're going to be a great team, anything
They
like
brought
that.
in DJ Moore. You got Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet, Khalil Herbert. They got some weapons.
I'm not so sure if Claypool is going to be good or not.
Claypool, they traded like a first-round pick, basically.
Right, but I don't know how good of a... I don't know how... I feel like Claypool's kind of a guy, but at least he's 6'4".
Sure.
I don't believe that their offensive line is good. I think their unit is one of the... like
It
the
can't be worse than last year, though,
No,
right?
it's not going to be...
I don't know. I haven't done the all-22s on the Bears yet.
Yeah, they're going to be in like the bottom third of the league in the offensive line. So we'll see we'll see. But I'm excited to see if they can. I think they have an upside of like what? Shoot.
What are you thinking about him fantasy-wise?
I think he's going to be a stud.
Is he up there for you?
I think he's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
I think he's a stud.
I mean, he was great for part of last year.
Bro, he looks like...
He's fast.
I was going to say, I almost said the Vic word.
You
because,
could.
bro, he looks like the best athlete on the field.
For sure.
So sometimes he can just roll out, and that's just going to give the Chicago Bears an advantage.
Yeah.
Because do something with the ball or run it. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree. He's electric for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stay for my storyline. I'm going to stay in the NFC North, and I'm just excited to see that division. I think I read a stat. It's been like 25 or 28 years or 30 years that the Packers haven't had Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And they've just owned that division.
Right.
I know they didn't win it last year, the Vikings did, but they've owned it. Every time you think NFC North, you think of Aaron Rodgers the past decade plus. So without him in it, I look at the odds. Lions.
Shout out to Kirk the God, by the way.
Kirk, if you guys haven't watched Quarterback on Netflix, it was awesome. Kirk Cousins is awesome. You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love Kirk.
Okay.
He's just the plainest, exactly what you would think guy, but he's genuine.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see the division. You got the Lions. I'm gonna read you the odds. Lions plus 130.
How are they plus?
They are
to win
the
division
favorite.
Plus?
They are the favorite. Everyone's plus. It's to win the division.
Not in every division.
No, not in every division, but this division.
Yeah, the Chiefs are minus 200 or something.
Let's see what the Chiefs are. They're minus 200. Good call. You've been in the
I've been the
cryogenic
Come
chamber.
on, my nigga.
So the Lions are plus 130. The Vikings are plus 290. The Bears plus 330. The Packers are last at plus 400. Cannot remember the last time. I mean, it's got to be 30 years that's been the case. So the division's
not a horrible
exciting.
bet.
Goff was electric last year.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra is awesome. The Lions are spicy. I don't know about their drafting decision, but I do like Jahmyr Gibbs a lot.
Okay.
I do, but they kind of had a good thing going with Jamal Williams. I don't know. That's a whole nother story.
Where's Jamal Williams at now? I don't know if you know.
Saints.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, he's
Go
going to
ahead.
vulture a lot of TDs there. The Vikings, obviously, I don't think the roster is as good as it was last year.
No, and their defense was trash last year.
The defense was
Did
trash.
they get better? Did they address it? I don't
No,
think so.
I don't think so. But they also they were like 13-4, or they were 11 or 12-5.
They had a lot of fluky wins, right?
They had a lot of one-score wins. They were like 7-1 in one-score games. They actually had a losing point differential on the year.
So did the Dolphins, I think.
No, that's not true.
You sure? In
Maybe,
division,
I don't know. We only won 9 games.
In division, we had.
We only won 9 games. They won 13 or
It
something.
felt like a lot more.
So the Vikings, obviously Justin Jefferson's awesome.
Yeah.
The Bears, we just talked about Justin Fields electric.
Vikings could even lose Dalvey.
They already lost him.
They lost. Where's Dalvey at?
Oh my God.
Where's he at?
Here we are, guys.
Where'd he land?
Nick's fresh back from the Dominican Republic.
Where did Dalvin Cook land?
He's a free agent still.
Oh.
Nobody wants to pay him. Oh. He's going to come to Miami probably. And then lastly, we've got the Jordan Love-led Packers. Who knows? Are they going to strike gold 3 times in a row? Favre, Rodgers, Love, or is he going to suck? Like nobody knows.
If they struck gold
if he's
again,
good,
then
you have Watson. You got. I mean, everyone depends on Jordan Love there.
Well, here's the thing with the Packers, though. Their most experienced player is what's the dude's name? Romeo Dobbs.
They're all experienced. What are you talking about?
Jordan Love's experienced.
No, I'm telling you everything around him.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, they got a couple rookie receivers, but they got Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. They've got the offensive line. They've got the whole defense.
They got the offensive
They
line.
got the coach who's been good.
Who's been picking those quarterbacks? Like, is it the guy that picked Aaron Rodgers picked Jordan Love?
I don't fucking know.
Me neither.
So, but this is the point. The
Did
NFC
the
North.
citizens pick Jordan Love?
What?
Did the citizens pick
Because
Jordan
it's
Love?
like a publicly owned team. I don't know, but this division is just so wide open to me. You can make a case for any of these teams
I agree with
to win the division.
I agree
So
with you.
NFC North's what I'm looking forward to. Let's move to what the people pay us for, to what the experts do. We place bets.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what I told Nick to do, again, he never follows instructions, but maybe he did this time. At least one win total, player prop, and a Super Bowl pick. All right. If you got a couple of one, that's fine. If you don't have one or the other, no big deal.
We've got bets.
We've got bets. So kick us off. Give us, I think the first one's a player prop for you.
Yeah, so the first one on attack is Jared Goff over 24.5 touchdowns. I think this is easy money. Last year he had 29 touchdowns. I think they're running the same offense. He's got the same weapons. His running back, he lost Jamal Williams, but he still got Swift, right?
No.
Making sure he
Here we
lost
go.
Swift too.
There we go.
This
is our guy.
So then,
Listen,
so then who's
this
he
is
have in
why
the
you
backfield?
come here.
So then who's he have in the backfield?
He's got David
The new guy?
Montgomery,
Okay. Oh God,
And
they
Jahmyr
traded for
Gibbs.
him and Jahmyr Gibbs.
who's electric.
Okay. All right. Well, so we'll see
You're
see
the
how
best.
we'll see
You're
how it
the
goes.
best.
He's gonna have to throw touchdowns.
I mean, his first bet, guys, he doesn't even know he's the running back. This is incredible.
Well, I'm talking about passing touchdowns, so I didn't necessarily look into the.
And
RP.
I think you're
Swift would have helped me though with the
probably
pass
would have,
touchdown.
but Gibbs should help you. So I think it's pretty. And that's back to my point. I don't know what the Lions were doing. They had the running back position. It was
They
fine.
had both of them.
They were
had
good.
Thunder and Lightning.
And I don't.
Yeah.
I don't hate the new running backs, but I feel like you could have just addressed different positions in the draft. Like their defense sucked. They were like 30th in the league in defense.
Right.
So maybe go different. Either way, Jared Goff, I still like the over 24.5 touchdowns. He plays in a dome half the year. You know,
He's gonna be firing.
I think so. I like that one. All right, I'm going to give you, because I followed instructions, a win total. I have actually got two of them. I'm going to give them together. So go ahead.
I might get a win total by the time we get there.
Okay. All right.
that's
Fire
gonna-
one up.
yeah.
I've got two. One's more of a favorite. One's more of a middle of the pack team. First one for me, the Eagles.
Okay.
All right. I wasn't a believer until late in the season last year, but a few things going for me. One, they're bringing everyone back. Even Jason Kelsey's coming back. I mean, everyone's back. This is like the one last ride for the older crew, and they still have a ton of young players. So I just feel in this NFC, I mean, I looked through it today. I'm like, who's the best quarterback in the NFC? It's like Jalen Hurts, which is absolutely insane, but there's nobody else.
You can't say Jared Goff.
I mean, Jared Goff's like the third favorite NFC
You
team.
can't say Geno, but he like.
I mean,
you
who
know?
knows?
Yeah.
But you literally have the best quarterback pretty much in the NFC. You've got the best offensive line. You got a great run game. They brought in DeAndre Swift. That's where Swift is. They've got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. They've got a great
Do they have
defense.
a second running back?
Yeah, Rashad Penny.
Okay.
Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Fucking fire. Their over-under's 10.5. They play just in the conference is too easy. I think they get to 11 wins at least. They're probably more of like a 13-4 team. It was minus 110. I love that bet. So Eagles over 10.5. And then they just added DeAndre Hopkins. Titans over 7.5. All right. Listen. I know.
I don't like that one.
I got two things.
I like
for
the
you.
other one.
I got Mike Vrabel and I got Derrick Henry, and I got a defense.
I like those guys.
All right. I just feel like
Do you got a defense?
I
though?
feel like Mike Vrabel. Yeah, they're always solid on defense. Vrabel's a genius. I feel like Vrabel is the new Mike Tomlin almost. He's gonna get them to 500 every year,
see
or
the-
he's gonna get them damn
see the
close.
parallels.
All I need is 8 and 9. I think they probably get it to a 9 and 8. I do think Hopkins is a big help. I think him and Burks on the outside are going to be good. I think Chiga Kwangwo is a nice tight end, second-year tight end. He's really solid. The defense will play. I think in that division they get the Colts twice, they get the Texans twice. I think they can split with the Jags. I think that's a few wins right there. I do think they get to 8 wins. So those are my two win totals. The Eagles 10.5, Titans 7.5.
All right. I like it. My next bet here, I've got another player prop over. I've got Drake London over 4.5 touchdowns. He's got a lot of the target share in the red zone. He was targeted. Let me try to look it up real
Nick's
quick.
looking it up. So I see you have another. Do you want to add? Are you going to do these two together, or is that second one that was just a maybe?
That's a maybe.
You're not throwing that out there.
I'm not going to throw that one out there.
I mean, London's a stud.
Right. So he's got 10 red zone. So it looks like he's got 27.9% of the target share and 10 red zone targets. I don't know. I don't know
about that. You want me to help you out here? Marcus Mariota, saw him on the show quarterback. He can't throw the ball. So him being gone, I don't care who it is. I guess it's Desmond Ridder. That's going to help your case because Mariota could not throw last year. What do you have? 10 red zone targets all year?
No, right. That's got to be. That's not.
It
that's
could be right.
There's no way.
Oh my God.
There's no way.
You're the best.
he's got like a high target share. He's one of their best.
He's
receivers.
only got to get 5 touchdowns.
I think there was.
Is that
I think
what we're going with?
There's no. What other receivers are on that squad?
Kyle Pitts.
And he's only got to get 5. Kyle Pitts is gonna fucking eat a lot of those.
You think? He sucks. Is he good, Kyle Pitts?
He's supposed to be.
He's supposed to be good. He's a Gator. That's the problem. If he was a Knoll, he would have been the best tight end in the league. All right, so you got Jared Goff. You've got Drake London. 10 red zone targets all year.
And half of those are going to be touchdowns. I got to find what that is. That's going to.
All right, I'm going to give you. All right, how many more do you have?
I've got 2 more.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to give. I've got 5 more. So I'm going to give you some more player props here, okay? Nick is squinting at his computer because it's actually he only got 10 red zone
because it was like 7 touchdowns, but it's talking
How
about
many
it's talking about
points per
college.
yard does Drake London average?
He's got the most in the league.
All right. So here's a few player props for
Okay,
me.
so you have 4 touchdowns last year.
I'm going to give 3. So I gave out 2 team win totals, Eagles and Titans. Here's 3 player props I love. And you know what? Here's a disclaimer for you guys. Don't go crazy on these player props. Because every time you see these numbers, you always think they're going to be too good. They always look too good to be true. It's because it's the NFL. People get injured. So the books know that with injury, these overs don't hit all the time. But they're fun to bet. And we got to give them to you for the people. So here's 3 for you. Trevor Lawrence, the next big thing, over 25.5 touchdowns.
I like it.
It's nothing.
I think that's one of your better bets.
It's like 1.5 a game.
I might take that one.
You
I
should
can't give it out, but I'm going to take that one.
Trevor Lawrence over 25.5. Easy division. I don't want to say this guy's name, but I will. Calvin Ridley coming back. He's going to be a Jag. He may be in my fantasy preview, may not.
That helps Drake London's touchdowns.
Who?
Calvin Ridley staying out of Atlanta.
Him not betting on Drake London. All right, so Lawrence over 25.5. I bet this one last year. It was the same line, and he beat it in like 8 weeks. CeeDee Lamb over 7.5 touchdowns. Love that. Absolutely love that. That's my favorite bet, probably.
7.5?
7.5.
How many did he have last year?
He had way more than that. Double digits for sure.
Ooh.
I'll look it up.
Why
in a
would they
second.
put it so low?
Because of injury. They know.
Word.
They know. I'm telling you, be careful with these. Bet responsibly. Last one, Mike Williams over 5.5 touchdowns.
That's money. That's so easy.
So
That's so easy.
Yeah, you can either bet Drake London, who had 10 red zone targets all year, 4.5 touchdowns, or you can just do one more for Mike Williams, who's 8 feet tall and catches everything in the end.
They have Mike Evans at like 6.5 or something, 5.5, 6.5. He's slow now, but he's
Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Baker Mayfield's throwing the ball to him. That's probably why.
I
But
guess.
either way, Lawrence over 25.5, CeeDee Lamb over 7.5, going to look up his touchdowns right now, and Mike Williams over 5.5. Nick, you got 2 more bets?
Yeah,
you want to give us both of them back to back?
Yeah, I'm going to give them both back to back. So I've got Saints plus 120 to win the division. That division is very trash. They've got the by far best and most known quarterback in that, most experienced quarterback in that division. And I think their roster is kind of head and shoulders above everyone else in that division. And then I'm taking. You know what? I'm gonna sit on this last one because I don't want to give it out. We're gonna have one more pod before the season starts. I'm high on this one team, but I don't like this bet at plus 330.
You think the number's going to get better, you're saying?
No, but I might try to find another angle to attack this team doing well.
What team is it so that people know?
The Chicago Bears.
Okay.
I think they have that upside that I was talking about with Fields. I was going to bet them plus 330 to win the division, like you were talking about earlier. That division's wide open.
Yep.
But I'm going to sit on that and see what I can do.
Sounds good. I'm gonna give you, because I followed the rules. Nick didn't give a Super Bowl bet. I have 2 bets for the Super Bowl.
Two
Two teams to bet. All right. I always try to look from that like 20 to 40 to 1 range.
Yeah, you can't bet like a 3 to 1.
I've got one favorite. I've got one in that range. And I said it earlier. The Ravens are 20 to 1.
Okay.
There's no other team really with great value in that range. I'll read them to you. Let's see where they are. All right, I'm going to read the odds to you. So, for the AFC, the Chiefs are 6 to 1. The Bills are 9 to 1. The Bengals are 10 to 1. The Jets are 11 to 1.
That's crazy. I would never bet the Jets 11.
And the Ravens are 20 to 1. So I just see some value there.
Right.
I think they're better than the Jets. I think they're probably equal with the Bengals, maybe a little bit worse. Probably equal with the Bills, maybe a little bit worse. So 20 to 1 Ravens.
I think they're definitely worse than the Bills.
You think?
Odds to win the Super Bowl. I would agree with the market on that one.
Fool me once,
but I
Bills,
don't think it's,
fool me twice, Bills. Do they fool me again?
Right. I don't think it's the Bengals and them are very close. They shouldn't be. There shouldn't be much to do.
And the Bengals smack the Bills every year in the playoffs. So, or at least last year. So I like the Ravens though. Get you a little bit of value. Dolphins 25 to 1 as well. I don't like betting on my own team, but that's a nice value if Tua can stay healthy.
Yeah.
And then this one, I think you gotta bet. I just don't see this number getting much better, and it's the Eagles at plus 770. All right, so they're 7 to 1 in a division, plus 770, so almost 8 to 1 in a division that a conference that absolutely sucks. So, here you go. They play the Patriots week 1.
That's what I was looking to look at.
They're going to win.
That's what I'm looking
at. They play the Vikings week 2. They're going to win. They play the Bucks. They're going to win. They play the Commanders. They're going to win. They play the Rams. Probably going to win. Like, they're just...
That number's not going to get better.
I don't think the number gets
They're going to start off like 6-0. The number's never coming back.
You're going to get to like week 14, and they're going to be like minus 125 to win the NFC. And they're going to be like plus 300 to win the Super Bowl.
So is that for Super Bowl or what?
No, it's for the Super Bowl.
What do you have? Is there a NFC number on them?
Yeah.
I'd be interested to hear that.
Let's see. The NFC number on the Eagles plus 300.
Oh, I might take that.
You could take that.
I'm giving that out, folks.
And look how much respect for Shanahan. The Niners plus 390. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, who do you want there?
Nah.
Take the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I love the Cowboys too.
Make it official. I'm giving out the Eagles plus 300.
All right, for the AFC or NFC?
NFC, yeah. The division's whack.
All right, so recap your picks, and then I'll recap mine, and then we'll almost get out of here. Little fantasy.
Got Jared Goff over 24.5. We're ixnaying the Drake London over 4.5. My confidence is shot in him. He only had 10 red zone.
Do you want to take the Mike Williams bet, and you can give it up?
No, you can have that one. I'm gonna take the. I forgot the Dak Prescott. We're going to swap it in.
I thought you were giving it.
I looked past that into something else.
Okay, so throw that with. Take
Dak
that instead
Prescott,
of London.
Yeah, I'm taking Dak Prescott over 26.5 touchdowns.
Got it.
I'm taking Saints plus 120 to win the division, and I'm taking Philly plus 300 to win the conference.
Got it. Okay, I've got my win totals: Eagles 10.5, Titans 7.5. We've got Lawrence over 25.5 passing touchdowns.
Love that
CD over 7.5 receiving. Mike Williams over 5.5 receiving. And then my Super Bowl bets are the Eagles at plus 770 and the Ravens at 20 to 1. So,
all right.
I don't know. Have you dived deep into your fantasy football this year? Not
yet. Not yet.
All right. So, tell me, what leagues have you committed to? So, I'll tell you now. I know we're going to be in a couple leagues together, which is fun. So, I've got my big league, my biggest league that I've been doing for 12 years, whatever. We call it our most important league. That is a 12-team auction. Then I have the league I run, which Nick is in, that he finished last place last year. Just a reminder. That's a 12-team auction with an extra flex. And then both of us are in a newly formed league together that we're going to be in. It's a 10-team standard snake full PPR league, so it's going to be fun. I think I'm just doing those 3, honestly.
Okay.
I might throw in a couple best balls, but with the second kid, I just don't have as much time, and I want to really focus, because the last 2 years, ever since I've become a father, I suck at fantasy football.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as I used to be. I used to fucking win something every year and dominate. So I'm back to basics this year.
Keep it simple.
Keep it more simple. I'll probably end up with more leagues, but these 3 I'm focusing on.
You definitely will. You're gonna check in week 2.
So what do you have? We're 2 crossover. Do you have any? Yeah. Are you doing your?
So I've got the tattoo league that I won last year. Shout out to that.
You did win that league.
I won that league.
You finished last in the others.
No, I finished last in yours though. So I'm just doing 3 leagues. The college league, they might start it up. I might co-manage a team. I'm not trying to do that many leagues either.
We're far removed from college.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like 3 leagues. Well, that's the thing about the college league. It helps me
you-
keep in contact with
Fantasy
fellas.
football, keeping friends in touch.
You know what I'm saying?
So you got the college league, possibly. You've got the tattoo league, which you won. You got to defend the title.
You have to.
And then you have our 2 leagues that we're in together. So you haven't really dug in. Do you have any guy like gut that you're excited about this year?
No.
No. Okay. I'm going to give a few guys here that I think you should keep an eye on in your drafts because I think there is possibility for breakout here. Obviously, you know me. The usual suspects I'm going to be drafting, the Jamar Chases, the Justin Jeffersons, the Travis Kelce. But here's a couple guys who I just feel like are probably going to be undervalued. And the first one, I alluded it to earlier, I think Calvin Ridley's got a couple good years left in him. All right? Depending on where he's going in your draft, he's going to be the number 1. They have other weapons. They're not going to be able to zero in on him. They got a weak schedule. I think Calvin Ridley's got some potential there. Second guy, not DeAndre Swift, Jahmyr Gibbs, the rookie running back in Detroit. I think in some of these auctions, he may be going cheap. Okay, they still have Montgomery. He's just electric. He's like an Alvin Kamara, not 2.0, but next up. You know, I don't want to say he's better than Kamara. Kamara had some ridiculous years there.
Yeah.
I know he's probably.
I can't believe he might, because he sucked last year.
He did.
But
He was not very good.
So we'll see.
So I think you keep an eye on Gibbs, and then I hate to say it, he's in our division, but I just don't see a scenario where Garrett Wilson doesn't break out.
Right.
Now, I will say, I wanted to talk about him because I've kept my eye on him a lot. I am not going to take him where I've seen him go in some of my mocks. I've seen him go last pick in the first round and early second round. That's too high for me, but I do think middle of the second, late second is a nice place to take him in Snake. Depending on auction, different prices. But yeah, how is he not going to be good with Rodgers? But Elijah Moore's out there.
Second round, that's tough for me, dog. That's tough for me.
I mean, so like he's going before. Like, who do you want, him or Jalen Waddle? He's the number 1 receiver there. That's like what I'm saying. Him or T. Higgins.
But is it proven that he's going to be the number 1?
Yeah, he's gonna be.
He's way more talented.
Who else they got?
He's
Corey Davis.
He's more talented than the other guy. But didn't Rodgers bring a receiver from the Packers with him?
He's got Alan Lazard. I mean,
right. They got the relationship already.
I mean, okay, all right. That's a case to be made.
Wasn't he the number 1 in Green Bay?
I don't think he's ever been a number 1 in his life. But so yeah, there's just a few guys to keep an eye on. Our drafts, I think they're spread out. One's August 20th. We got one right before the season starts. I actually did my big board. I started it. So what I do, here's my process. The Beane big board, how I do it every year. I go off just my gut and rank the top 20 quarterbacks, 50 receivers, 50 running backs, 15 tight ends. I rank them and I tier them. Then I go in and look at schedule and I adjust the rankings. Then I go in and I look at, everything I can to get the rankings exactly right. And before my first draft, which is August 13th,
you throw it in the trash.
They'll be right. They'll be right.
Throw it in the trash and you just draft.
All right. Anything else or are we out of here?
I want to ask a couple questions on some fantasy guys.
Oh, you have questions?
Yeah. Jerry Jeudy, what are your feelings with him this year?
What is our segment called? Questions for the Dean. Questions for the Dean. All right. Jerry Jeudy. Love Jerry Jeudy.
Right.
Yeah, but I hate Russell Wilson.
Right.
So I will look to trade for Jerry Jeudy once Russell Wilson gets benched. I'm thinking week 4, week 5.
Or are you going to do it ahead of benching?
They bring in Stidham, who
it's not great.
No one's worse than Russell Wilson. Let's be real. Stidham, remember the Devontae Adams had a blow-off in the finals last year with Stidham. So I love Jerry Jeudy, though. I don't know if I'm drafting him because I hate Russell Wilson, but Jerry Judy's fire.
Okay. Amon-Ra, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. Amon-Ra St. Brown. So his over/under on the year is at 1,000 yards. Do you think he's a 1,000-yard receiver this year?
I think easily, probably.
Easily?
Yeah. I hate betting those yardage bets because of injuries.
One high ankle sprain, he shot.
But he
1,347 last year.
Yeah, 1,300 yards.
No, that's yards, so that's not actual yards. Yards.
What do you have last year? Give it to me.
It's not
Look it up.
It to me. Oh, it's given 1,161.
Okay, so I'll admit, last year I was not in on Amon-Ra. watching him play, he's a stud. He's a top 12 fantasy receiver. I think if he stays healthy, he's an 1,000-yard receiver. He's a 100-catch guy. He was really good last year. That's what I'll say.
Random question. I'm not even sure this guy's fantasy relevant. Jacoby Myers. He got traded, right? Where's he at?
The Raiders, and he's not fantasy.
Oh my God, the Raiders are going to be trash. Yeah. All right, so let's close it on that one.
All right, that's it. That's questions for the Dean. That's fantasy. That's our bets. That's our storylines for the year. That's the off-season check-in.
Yeah.
We're so excited to be back. Kiri Towels, Nick and Beane, KIREI supply.com. Go buy one, please. Enter the code. And what, you got something?
Yeah, I got one thing. So we're going to be back one more pod before the season, and then we'll be back weekly, folks, dropping